Bonnie Adam from pathwayshealing.com, and I'm here with some more acupressure points for you. These are going to be the points of the foot and the leg, and the lower leg. So hopefully you can all reach your feet, because that's going to be helpful here. And if not, do the ones you can reach. So these points are designed to be used with my Acupressure ebook, available on my website, pathwayshealing.com. Just go to the shopping page, and I have a few things available there for sale. Click on the ebook, easily downloaded. No, it's all automated, so just click on there and away you go. So once you get the ebook, you can have a look at some of the points in the book, and they're all little diagrams and pictures there of the points. And then I have these protocols in the back of the book for sort of common ailments, aches, and pains and things that people have. And I'm always going to mention with these videos, I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but this is complimentary only. So if you do have any kind of serious medical problems, or you're not sure, or you have psychological problems, please go and get help from a qualified professional. But in the meantime, you can still use these points to kind of help yourself. Either things like until your medication kicks in, like if you're in pain and you're waiting for a pain medication to take effect, you can use the points in the meantime. If you have a cold or a flu or something, you can use them to try to ease some of those symptoms. So these are just common everyday things that you can use to help yourself. So I'm gonna readjust my camera so you can have a look at my leg. Just hang on just one second. Okay, and we're back. I'm going to make a little joke here. If you've ever been in to see me, you know I love to make my silly jokes. So I actually shaved my legs for you guys today. This is cool. And all you Canadian women out there, you know that as soon as like November, December hits, nobody shaves their legs anymore. But in honor of this video, I have shaved my legs. And people come to see me and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't shaved my legs today. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not looking at your hairy legs. I'm looking for the points. So let's get on with finding the points. So one of the most commonly used points in acupuncture is stomach 36. Now this point helps to tonify all your organs. It just gets everything working better. It helps if you're tired. It helps if your digestion is slow. It helps with your energies down. Like it's just one of those wonderful everything kind of used points. So to find stomach 36, first you want to find your shin bone here, right? And then you just go to the side of the shin bone. And I'm always going to keep telling you, there are all these little channels or meridians. They're between the bones and the muscles. So this channel, this meridian, runs between your shin bone and your tibialis muscle here. And you'll find that little groove there. And if you run your finger up, it's sort of to where it naturally wants to stop. What you're hitting there is where the bone flares out at the top. That's usually where stomach 36 is. And actually, if you took your hand across the bottom of your kneecap and put it like that, pretty much that's where stomach 36 is as well. And that's going to be probably a little tender, like most of these points are, especially the ones that you need to do. Those are the ones that are going to be the most tender. So you put a little pressure in there, 30 seconds to a minute or so, and you work that point until it feels better. You can massage, you can rub up and down that channel a little bit, get that energy moving. So that's stomach 36. From stomach 36 is really easy just to kind of go over top of that tibialis muscle that I was talking about. You'll feel the muscle, and if you just kind of go whoops over the belly of that muscle, you're pretty much going to land in gallbladder 34. Gallbladder 34 is in the next little channel over. Same thing, if I run my finger up this channel, it kind of wants to stop right there, about a hand's width down from my kneecap, and that's gallbladder 34. Now gallbladder 34, they say it moves the chi, so it's a great point for getting things moving, getting all the muscle stuff in the body to move and the circulation, all that. It's also the motor point of the leg. Earlier I talked about the motor point of the arm in one of the other videos. This one will help move your muscles and ease muscle tension and pain throughout your whole body. So work gallbladder 34. Next one, okay, stomach 38. So actually I forgot to put this one in the ebook, and that's why you're lucky you get to watch this video. Stomach 38. Now if I took a line from the bottom of my kneecap to the top of my ankle, which you can't see very well, I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit there. Okay, halfway in the middle, it's going to be stomach 38. And if you went down that shin bone, it's really, there's a little kind of a soft spot there. That's stomach 38. That's really good for shoulder pain. So now you got an added bonus because you took the time to watch the video. There you go, shoulder pain point right there in the middle of your shin. So that's a little bonus. And if you're at stomach 38 for that shoulder pain point, and again, we go over the belly of this muscle here, and right around there is stomach 40. So about halfway up between the bottom of your kneecap and the top of your ankle, there is stomach 40. Stomach 40 is good for alleviating phlegm. It helps to break up phlegm. So if you're coughing or you've got phlegm in your chest, you can work stomach 40 right there on the side of your shin. That's a good point there. Okay, before I go too far down, I'm going to just roll up my pant leg a little bit here. Now, spleen 10. Spleen 10 is above the knee. It's a point that's really good for women, especially to move the blood. So say if your period is late, you want to get your period to come, or your period sort of starts, but it's not really getting there and it's taking a couple days, or you're spotting before your period really comes, try spleen 10. Spleen 10, they call it, the easy way to find it is if you bend your knee a little bit and if you put your hand down on your knee, like if you're just sort of resting, the V between your thumb and your finger here, that's where spleen 10 is going to be, pretty much. It's about, like if you took the width of your kneecap, if you can feel the kneecap in there, and then you go up that much, it's going to be close to there. And what you're really looking for here is the highest point of this muscle that comes down, the vastus medialis muscle, if you want to look it up. So the highest point of this muscle before it sort of descends down and connects into your knee there, and that's spleen 10. So that's a really good point for that. It's also good for rashes and hives and skin problems. So good for that. It moves the blood, right? So if you have a rash or a skin problem you want to move it through, you use spleen 10. Spleen 9 on the inside of the leg, so turn a little bit so you can see. You know how we did stomach 36 up here and gallbladder 34 up here? Spleen 9, same thing on the inside. So you come up the inside of your shin bone and where it stops, spleen 9. Now, this point is usually tender on most people. And part of that is North American lifestyle, as I always say, because we eat too much sweet stuff, too much greasy food, and that creates dampness in the body, and spleen 9 really helps alleviate dampness. Now, dampness in Chinese medicine is also related to inflammation and water retention. Or swelling. So if you have swelling in your feet, your ankles, your legs, anywhere, you really want to work spleen 9. And it's a bit of a sore one. You know, if you're looking at my leg, you probably see I have a few varicose veins and things. You know, I have had, you know, when we get a little further in this video, you see some of the scar tissue that I have because I had a lot of surgeries as a kid for club feet. So, you know, I have inflammation, I have dampness, I have all those things because the blood flow and the energy flow in my feet and legs has kind of been cut off by surgery. So I have those issues, so I need to work spleen 10. So I'm going to shift a little bit here. I'm going to come down to my ankle. So as you can see here, this one is going to be urinary bladder 60. So I'm on the outside of my leg. I come down and you can feel here where this bone is here, the outer bone of your leg. And in behind the bone, and in between the bone and the Achilles tendon, there's your bladder channel. And when you come directly behind your ankle bone, so the bump of your ankle bone that sticks out, go directly behind that. That's bladder 60, urinary bladder 60. Urinary bladder 60 is very good for all kinds of pain in the back, the legs, the knees, so it's a really good releasing point. The urinary bladder channel is the longest channel in your body. It runs from your baby toe all the way up, back of your knee, all the way up, and it goes up and down your back in sort of 4 channels, 2 on each side. And it goes up over your head all the way to your inner eye. So longest channel. So, and this point releases the whole channel. So all the way up the back and the neck and the head and everywhere. So that's a really good point to work for that kind of stuff. So that's urinary bladder 60. Now I'm going to turn a little bit, and I'm hoping you can see my foot here. So, yeah, pretty good there, I think. On the inner foot, now you can see on my foot too, I've got some scars here. So, and one of the things that's a little bit hard for you to see on my foot is my ankle bone. But if you feel around here, you can feel the ankle bone that sticks out on the inside here, and that's a big landmark that we're going to use for some of these points. So I'm going to show you the points of the kidney channel that are on the foot that are really good to use. First one's actually kidney 1, which is right in that soft spot behind the balls of the toes. That's a great place to work too. And that's very grounding and calming and helps people to feel like more secure. Actually, when I do Reiki treatments, I quite often, you'll feel me holding your kidney one at the end of the treatment to kind of bring you back to the earth a little bit. So I'm going to wrap my foot there a bit. All right, so ankle bone here. And the first point I'm going to show you is kidney 3. So I've got my fingers on my ankle bone. I'm going to slide straight back from that, just like we did for urinary bladder 60 on the other side. This is kidney 3. And here's a freaky thing. When I do acupuncture, sometimes I actually needle almost right through from kidney 3 to urinary bladder 60, because there's a space there behind the bone and before the Achilles tendon where you can go right through. Kind of freaky. But that's where you want to go. Now there is a little artery here, so if you feel like a thumping or a throbbing, you're on the artery. Move back a little bit, because you don't want to be right on the artery cutting that off. But that's kidney 3. Kidney 3 is used to raise energy. Also helps to alleviate pain and stiffness in the knees and the back. That's a good point for that. Now kidney 6, if I go back to my ankle bone again, and I go straight down from the ankle bone and find the little dent in there, that's kidney 6. Kidney 6 is really good for your yin, so that's your female energy, your soft inner energy. So really good for women, really good for hormonal stuff. Again, another one that will help bring on your period or help you to ovulate. So if you think you're around ovulation time, you might want to do that if you're working on fertility. And if you're, if you're past all that stuff, it's still good to calm all kinds of symptoms associated with premenstrual tension or menopausal tension. Okay, and then there's kidney 7. That's the next one. So I've still got this finger on the ankle bone, and I'm going to go to kidney 3 again, and I'm going to go a couple fingers up. And usually, kidney 7 can be a little bit puffy in a lot of people. So there's the ankle bone, back to kidney 3, and then a couple fingers up to kidney 7, right there behind here again, and before the Achilles tendon. So just almost on the border of the Achilles tendon. And kidney 7 is really good for raising your kidney yang energy. And the yang energy, good for men especially, and kidney 3 as well is good for that too. Especially good for men for bringing a little more energy back in the romantic sense. So kidney 7 is good for that. Also really great point to help with inflammation and swelling and retention of fluids in the body, and especially in the lower body. So kidney 7 is good for that. You can work for that one. More information on the ebook and about all of these points too. So if you get stuck, get the ebook and check it out. Last couple of things. Oh, of course, major points. Spleen 6. Okay, so back to this ankle bone again. And spleen 6, you take for your 4 fingers. We do that a lot. It's just like this is, and then at the top of those 4 fingers should be spleen 6. So it's again behind this bone, in front of the Achilles tendon, but it's really kind of on the border of the shin bone here. And there's a warning with this one too. If you're pregnant, do not use spleen 6, please. Even if you're near your due date and you want to get things started, please don't use these points unless you're under the care of a qualified acupuncturist, right? So because you need to be sure that you're really ready, or that medically you've been checked out and you're ready to start labor. So these points can start labor. I'm going to be careful there. So spleen 6, and that one is really cool because it is on. It's an intersection point between 3 meridians. It's from the liver meridian, the spleen meridian, and the kidney meridian. They all cross here, so you're getting 3 meridians in one. This point is great for your immune system. It's great for your digestion, and it's really good for hormonal balance for men and women. So just boosting up the hormones and getting them balanced. And it's one of those, you can use it no matter which way your hormones are going. It's going to balance them out. Okay, a couple more points here, just on the top of your foot, and these are awesome points too. So might be a little harder to reach for some people, but see what you can do anyway. Okay, major point here, liver 3. So what you do is you just go between your big toe and your second toe and run up until you hit the V in between your toes. Sort of, it's sort of where your finger stops. So it's a lot of that in finding points. So just a little bit up from the web of the foot. Liver 3, major point for clearing heat in the body, for calming, for grounding, so calming people down, making them feel better. Great for hormone balance, great for hot flashes, great for premenstrual tension, all of that kind of stuff. Just brings everything basically down. This is my major joke about liver 3 is in some of the old texts, and this is like an acupuncture urban legend. This point is used to ground the shen and all this, and to calm the liver, and when the person has the desire to kill people. So that's an old-fashioned way of, I guess, saying that you're a little bit frustrated. So we use liver 3, and so I have people coming in all the time saying, I need the do not kill people point. So yeah, the do not kill people point, liver 3. Now you'll never forget it, right in there. And it's an owie one, but work it out anyway. You need to calm your liver. Next one over from there that I'm going to do is stomach 44, which is same thing. Go between your second and your third toe, but this time we just stay on just above the web of the foot, we call it, so just in the end there. And stomach 44 is good for actually nasal congestion, headache, and eye problems and things like that, so things around the nose and the eyes. It's good for back pain and shoulder pain too. Remember we talked about urinary bladder 60, how it opens the whole channel? Stomach 44 does that for the stomach channel, and the stomach channel runs all the way up through your body to your face, so it will help to open and clear the whole stomach channel. Also good for when you're hungry all the time, especially at night. They say, Chinese medicine says when you're hungry all the time, that means you have too much heat in your stomach. So you need to clear the heat in your stomach. So that's what stomach 44 can do for you. And the last one on the top of the foot is same thing. Between your baby toe and your fourth toe, you go into the little web there. I don't know if you can see that. Just sort of, yeah, baby toe, fourth toe, and just find that that spot in the top of the web again. Gallbladder 43. So gallbladder 43 is good for inflammation and for opening up the gallbladder channel. And so it's kind of a stress relieving point too. Gallbladder is very strongly associated with muscle tension. So if they have muscle tension, especially up the calf, the outer thigh, the hip, you can use gallbladder 43 for that kind of stuff. Okay, 2 more points and then I'm going to shut up. So if you go to the arch of your foot here, right, and actually I have this great scar here that really kind of defines my arch. Here's my lovely clubfoot surgery, but which I'm very grateful for because I would never have been able to walk. So I'm, thankful for modern medicine. They've done wonderful things for me. But you're going to go to the ball of your toe and you're going to trace up the arch of your foot. So go over the ball, go over the joint, and then you'll find a little space there, and there's a little divot where the tendons kind of come down onto the foot there too, and you'll find a little spot there. That's spleen 3. Spleen 3, we say it harmonizes the spleen and the stomach, and the spleen and the stomach are major sort of characters in digestion in the Chinese medicine version of things. So you want to harmonize your digestion. That's really good for harmonizing. So heartburn, indigestion, gas, bloating, all of those nasty things, you can use spleen 3 for. And then just a little further up, if you trace, continue tracing up the bone of your big toe here, is spleen 4. And they say that it's sort of where the color changes on your foot. So, the sole of your foot's usually a little more pale than up above. So you go to the point where the color kind of changes. And it's tender in there too. And you're about halfway along between the bone of your toe and sort of where your heel, the bone of the heel there. So you got that about halfway. And spleen 4 is also good for digestion and hormonal health, and it's good if you have loose stools or diarrhea. Spleen 4 will help to firm things up for you. So I think I've got all of the points of the foot and the leg, and you can try those out. And again, I always say only use these points to the where they are tender, and work out the tenderness. Never press to the point of pain. If you get bruising or soreness, stop using that point for a while. And that should just about cover it. And I hope you enjoy playing with these. And again, if you're in great health and you're in basically good health, you shouldn't have any concerns using these points. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.